Hello there, lovely people, it's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and it's with a very heavy heart and a bit of a sad face that I have to report that the Wii U is unfortunately dead. Time of death, 6 PM on Wednesday, the 14th of December, 2016. That's when the video is going out. Yes, it's been a little bit overdue, but given recent events, we've finally decided that there is basically nothing left for the Wii U now, and it's a real shame because I love the Wii U. I love my Wii U especially. It's given me countless hours of wonderful entertainment on countless well, maybe not countless games, but on many excellent games that you haven't been able to find on any other system. But unfortunately, there is only now one new game coming out for the Wii U, which is coming out next year. And even so, there's been a little bit of doubt as to whether that's coming out. No rumors or any evidence per se, but just sort of logical thinking, and that's of course Breath of the Wild. Seriously, why release it on the Wii U when you've got the Switch coming out as well? I mean, you could do both, I suppose, but it's over. Let it die. But yeah, we've seen reports left, right and centre. Games that have said they're coming out on the Wii U are now no longer coming out on the Wii U. The big one, of course, being Yooka-Laylee. There have been a number of other smaller eShop titles that have basically said, sorry, no, not coming out on the Wii U anymore. Yooka-Laylee's reasoning, the Playtonic chaps, they said that it was due to technical limitations. I think also, sort of given the situation with the fact that it's basically dead and this was the final nail in the coffin, that probably helped it along a bit. I'd like to say that it had a good run, but I mean, commercially, it had really bit of a poor run, to be honest. I mean, critically, it had some really good games, and I love the games. You've got Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, some of the best games that Nintendo has ever produced, and emphasis on the word Nintendo, because third-party support hasn't been all that, but also things like Monolith Soft with Xenoblade Chronicles X. These games are outstanding, and they deserve to be praised, but unfortunately, it's just not enough. It's just not enough to keep a system alive. You need the third-party support, not just second-party like Monolith and stuff like that. You need the FIFA, you need the Call of Duty. And it's a sad situation where you do need that because those games aren't necessarily very good, in my opinion. If you like them and you play them, then good for you, have fun with them. But for me and for, I'm sure a lot of people who play Nintendo stuff, it's not a big deal. And I think the thing that really hurts the most is that the Wii U was really something different, and it had so much potential, the gamepad and everything. You could do so many things with that screen. It basically became a bit like a home console 3DS, or DS in many respects. But you also had the gyroscope, you had the camera, you had all these things that allowed asymmetrical gameplay, and we saw it in Nintendo Land and a few other select titles, but on the whole, it really just didn't live up to its potential. There was so much available there. I suppose the only really good third-party example I can think of is Zombie U. That used the gamepad absolutely superbly. Better than I think Nintendo did in any of their titles, and that was it, unfortunately, and it was a launch title, and it was kind of short. But it really was nice to have something different this generation, and I say this generation as if it's just about to end. It's kind of not. The whole sort of generation thing is becoming to be, is becoming a little bit skewed because we've got the Switch coming out, and is that current generation or is it next generation? It's all a bit up in the air, and you got smart devices, are they included? What about PC? Basically it's complicated and weird. But to have something different, because the Xbox One and the PS4, they're fine consoles, but they really are dull as dishwater. There's nothing that exciting about them. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would say, well, the PS4 Pro can do 4K and the Xbox One has Halo and stuff like that, but a lot of it comes down to the software on them. I mean, yeah, the PS4 can do 4K, but so can PCs. They're basically just PC boxes. That's all they are these days, and that's why I am so pleased that Nintendo is still doing something different with the Switch, and they haven't just gone down the road of doing, hey, let's do an Xbox One clone that has Mario on it, because that would be even worse, to be honest. So we've got one more game to look forward to with Breath of the Wild. Other smaller titles are cancelling their Wii U support left, right and centre, and as far as we know, there is nothing else coming. So that's it, I'm afraid. Wii U's done. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't treat it with the utmost respect, because this thing has brought us an enormous amount of excellent games, as I mentioned previously, and it was a good system. It was underpowered, but so was the Wii, and that was a good console. I mean, it much more appealed to the casual audience, and I really think that's what Nintendo were trying to grab with the Wii U, but didn't manage to. I mean, they shouldn't have called it the Wii U for a start, trying to build off the success of the Wii. It just didn't work, because people thought it was a peripheral. People thought it was a peripheral to the Wii. including me, and I've been a Nintendo fan for God knows how long. It would be unfair to say that the Wii U was doomed from the start, because it wasn't. It had a lot of opportunity, so much potential as I previously mentioned and things like that, but it just didn't live up to it, unfortunately, and I think part of it was to do with there was a lot of, sort of duality going on, and has done for so many years with the portable and the home console development teams at Nintendo, and there basically being no third-party support. That was a big thing as well, and it just, unfortunately, the cards were stacked against it, and it just sort of fell on its arse a bit, and it's a real shame. It's a real shame. But enough of me rambling on and on and on. Honestly, I didn't know really where I was going with this video, but what do you think about the Wii U? Do you think it has a legacy? Is it kind of like the new GameCube? Maybe even the new Dreamcast? Let us know with a comment down below. If, however, you want to hear another opinion from a similarly lovely person, you can check out Thomas Whitehead's opinion on the matter by clicking that card up there. I did intend to put this in the original recording of the video, but, well, I'm a forgetful sort. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you withdraw YouTube support for your YouTube channel and instead upload to VidMe or whatever it was called? I appreciate and applaud anyone who does that, but I don't think it's going to work. And be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.